This is Evan Irwin live from Charlotte, and welcome to the
show. My name is Reuben Bressler.
And today you're playing?
I am playing a modified burn deck that my friend Nick Miller invented. He was my co-host on the Magic show that I substituted for. He calls it Disco Inferno. It's basically a modified burn deck. I've heard people call it Dragonstorm lists Dragonstorm. It's a Pyromancer Swath combo-ish deck.
So how's it been testing so far?
It's been testing really good. I played in 3 events at Worlds with it. Top 8'd one of them and top 16'd the other 2, and I've made very few changes to it. The main change that I've made to it is the Howling Mine tech, playing like it's 1997. It's just insane. Against any deck that doesn't have blue in it, a Howling Mine resolves. It means you win the game because you just draw more damage than they do. So while everyone else is playing, you know, first turn Mana Elf, second turn Battle Axe, you've already dealt them 10 damage. So, you know, the Chameleon Colossus dealing you 6 the next turn is pretty irrelevant. I've been consistently dealing over 20 damage on the 4th turn.
So it's normally through Pyromancer Swath and not the Empty the Warrens?
Yes, normally it's through Pyromancer Swath. The Empty the Warrens is just kind of a miser's trick. If you happen to get, like, you know, Rite of Flame, Empty the Warrens for 6 on the first turn, that's not a lot of decks can deal with that. Yeah, mostly it's Pyromancer Swath. There are a few instances when just Burn to the Face will work. If you have a good enough opening hand, then you can just burn them out.
That's great. Let's talk about your sideboard.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell me where these cards would fit into each sort of matchup. When would you bring them in?
Right. The Mana Barbs down here are a recent addition. They're kind of experimental right now, but they've been working out all right. They're more for the Guile decks and the red-green big mana decks. So if they have to tap out for a Hellkite, they're taking 8. Which is pretty good for a deck that has lots of burn damage. The Ancient Grudges come in for Obsidian Battle Axe. Not really for Pithing Needle, although Pithing Needle can be annoying, set to Spine Rock Knoll. It's not that big of an issue. That's mostly for Battle Axe, and if there's some random other huge artifact like Platinum Angel that I really need to deal with. The Ignite Memories come in for decks that have lots of high casting cost spells. They come in for the Empty the Warrens. So decks like Guile or Pickles or Big Mana, those kind of things. The extra Sulfur Blast. I'm main decking 3 Sulfur Blast because it's pretty much the best card ever in this metagame right now. It comes in against fairies, you know, rogues, goblins, elves. Any way that I can kill a creature.
Absolutely.
Pithing Needle is just in case that Revelark deck actually does anything. Set that to Mirror Entity so they don't get the infinite combo.
Right.
I can't really think of any other. I'm sure there's going to be some instance where I'm going to sideboard in Pithing Needle for something.
Would you bring in Pithing Needle for stuff like Treetop Villages or Garrets or any of that stuff?
Not really. I'm not really worried about those decks because I'm just faster. I'm pretty much a full turn and a half faster than the Warrior deck. The Elf deck can get tricky because they've got discard. Same with Doran. If they hit a Swath or a Grape Shot timely, and then I don't top deck like a madman, then those will be annoying. But I mean, that's pretty much it.
Your only use right now.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll think of something else as the day goes on, but that's basically my main concern. And of course, the other Molten Disaster in the sideboard is for aggro as well. And sometimes you just need it against Guile to get those last few points of damage through.
Absolutely. So, being a combo deck, can you construct your best opening hand?
Sure.
You want to see?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. One more?
So the idea would be, to go first turn Spine Rock Knoll, hopefully find something useful. Let's say Let's say another grape shot. So you play that on the first turn, pass. You untap, play that guy. You suspend the Lotus Bloom first, because I'm not an idiot and would of course do that. So that's got 2 counters left. Play your land, pass. Then you would draw a land because you're good like that, and then pass again. So then the Lotus Bloom comes in. Let's say you drew another land somewhere. Let's say along the way you had 4 lands. You made every land drop. Lotus Bloom comes in. Sack the Lotus Bloom to play the Swath. Shock for 4. I guess you'd need in this particular case, you'd need a Rite of Flame. So then you've got, so you Rite of Flame, Incinerate, that's the 7 damage. Activate the Spine Rock Null for Grape Shot to deal the last amount of damage that you would need.
Wow.
So, there you go. I didn't construct a very perfect one, but it pretty much goes off by turn 4 or 5, pretty much every time.
And so the Howling Mines are sort of like if you're going beyond turn 5, turn 6.
Right.
To give you the
Howling Mine is necessary against decks like anything with life gain. The Howling Mines are necessary. They also just give you inevitability. Like, there's not really a great turn 2 play in the deck. The only good turn 2 plays in the deck are like put a counter on your storage land, and that's pretty much the extent of the turn 2 plays in the deck.
Sure.
So playing a Howling Mine just gives you inevitability. Also, if you have a Swath in play, it lets you draw and actually have a way to deal lots of damage as opposed to just living off the top deck.
Right.
For 1 every turn. You can't build up to use your Spine Rock Nulls, and so that gives you a chance to draw a Shock and an Incinerate to use your Spine Rock Null.
Right. That'd be great. Well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. We'll get some interviews from you later.
Excellent.
Thanks.